Hello, here are some safety rules that you should never forget to teach your children. Number one, make sure your child knows your name, your full name, and their name. Your child should be able to know your name, you as a parent, your name as a parent, and their name. They should also be able to know the address or where they live, even if they don't know the exact place, but they should know the landmarks. My home is next to this and this building. Yes, they should be able to know the address, the name of the parent, and their name. Start teaching them little by little. However little, as long as the child starts communicating, talking, you should be able to start teaching them your name and their name and the address or where they live. Number two is to teach your child not to take or eat anything from a stranger. However tempting the offer might be, it can be something the child like the ice cream. These simple things, anything from a stranger, from the person they don't know, they should not eat it. This include even the neighbors. Without your permission, the child should not eat anything from a stranger. Another one is to teach your child never to walk outside the compound alone. Never to walk outside the compound alone. Make sure anytime they walk outside of your compound, they are in an adult's company. They are accompanied by an adult. They should never walk outside the compound alone. If you live in an apartment, they should never walk outside the gate alone. Whether they're being called by their friend, no matter the reason, they should never walk outside the compound alone, especially the toddlers. Never walk outside the compound alone. It doesn't matter who is calling you. It doesn't matter whether your friends are playing outside and you are inside. Never walk outside the compound alone. Your child should know that they should never play or experiment with fire. Anything with fire, they should never play with it. With my child, in my case, my child really liked turning on the oven, just going to turn the oven buttons. Now what I did, I took the lighter. While she was turning the oven, I also turned the gas and I lit it. I lit the light, the cooker, the gas, and the fire came out, and then she was so scared. I screamed to scare her. She was so scared, and she has never turned on the oven again. Now, just in your own way, in your own safe way, please teach your child never to play or experiment with fire. Never play or experiment with. Your child should also know that they should never go anywhere with a stranger. Your child should not go anywhere with a stranger, no matter the reason. Even if the stranger asks them to follow them in your name, nowhere. They should not go anywhere with a stranger. Even if they are lost and they are to ask for help, they should ask for help and stay where they are. They should not go anywhere with a stranger. And that one brings me to the next point. Teach your child that in case they are lost, for instance, when in the supermarket and they are lost, teach your child who they should ask for help. Maybe the people in uniform, like the policemen, or if in the supermarket, they can go to the counter and ask the counter. Most of them are always in the uniform. Now, make sure you teach your child never to go anywhere with a stranger. That is the point. And whenever they are lost, if you are in the park and they are lost, they should never walk outside the park. They should stay there and ask for help from an identified person, like the policeman, someone in uniform, the watchman. But even though they are asking for help, they should never go anywhere with that person. They should stay within the premises. If it is in the supermarket, they should stay in the supermarket. Ask for help there. They should not go looking for you outside the premises. Wherever it is much easier They should be able to know that it is much easier to find them when they are a place where they are than when they walk outside, because maybe they don't know the direction or the place that they are going to. You should also be able to teach your child about safe touch. Teach your child that nobody is allowed to touch them inappropriately or touch them in their private part, or nobody should ask them to touch their private part, the person's private part. Your child should know that nobody is allowed to touch my private part, and I'm not allowed to touch someone else's private part. They should know that this one is wrong. And not next, I mean, they should also learn not to keep secret. In case an adult or somebody asks them to touch, or someone touches them inappropriately, your child should be able to tell you. They should learn not to keep secret from you. Learn not to keep secret, and they should also learn that there are unsafe touch. There are places that someone else should not touch them, no matter what. Also teach your child never to share confidential information from their home with strangers, like sharing your ID, sharing your pictures, sharing your email address. They should never share the personal information that is at home with strangers. That one includes even the neighbors, the immediate neighbors, or the people they think they're close. They should not share personal, confidential details with strangers. Another important one is that you should teach your child that whenever they feel uncomfortable with something, they should not do it. For example, this can be something very simple, like their friend might be pushing them to undress with these games of truth and dare. Maybe someone else dare them, take off your clothes before others, or dive inside the pool. They should never ever do something that makes them feel uncomfortable. So their child should not do something that makes them feel uncomfortable. No matter even if all the friends are doing it, they should not do it if it makes them uncomfortable. That one might interfere with the psychology of the child. So if they feel uncomfortable, they should not do it. Teach them to say no politely and stand with it. Stand with the no, not to go with the flow. They might be comfortable taking off their clothes before others, but your child might not be comfortable. So if they are not comfortable, they should not do it. Another one, your child you should also teach your child that they should not climb over to another person's fence. For example, if you are living in a neighborhood where you are separated by a fence, I mean, and maybe they were playing outside and the ball bounces and crosses over, they should not climb the fence to get the ball. They should either ask for an adult or go through the gate, because your child might be accused of stealing, or anything else can happen. But they should not climb over the fence of another person, no matter the reason. It's better they go through the gate and talk to the person at the gate, or talk to their parents to go get it for them. So they should never climb over another person's. Another one, when your child is traveling alone, maybe if they're in an age that they're traveling and they're traveling alone, they should sit near a family. Some people seem like a family, not in the bus or in the train. They should sit near the family. And then another one, if someone is trailing them, or if they're in danger and someone is looking for that, trying to attack them or trailing them, they should put their gadgets like the phone in vibration mode. They should not put it in ringtone, just turning it into vibration mode, so to be safer. And another one about traveling, if the child is traveling alone, or maybe they're from school tour or camping, if they're traveling and they are on a busy road, teach your child that they should not, if the road is busy, they should only alight at the bus stop. And if they don't know how to cross the road, excuse me, they should ask for help. You should also encourage to talk to your child to talk whenever they are being bullied. If you noticed anything that your child is withdrawn, or if your child is being bullied, talk to them. Teach them that they should not keep it inside. They should talk to you and tell you if they are being bullied, so that you can find a way of helping them, so that they do not succumb to the bully or the threat of the bully. You know what bullying can do to kids. Now, whenever they are being bullied, they should always tell you. And always, number one, no matter the reason, don't ever forget to take your child's side. If they're in the wrong, correct them, but stand with them. Stand with your child. You are the person that your child is relying on. Correcting them does not mean that now you go against them. Now always stand with your child. If your child, you are in a public place and you need to use a public washroom, remember that you should go with your child to the washroom. Do not leave them to go. Don't let them go there alone. Follow them and go with and help them, even inside the washroom. Check it first before they get inside. Check the washroom, then you allow them get inside. Do not let your child go into the public washrooms, public toilets or public washrooms alone. And when they're using the lifts, when they're using the lifts, they encourage them that they should get into a lift that has more than one person. And whenever they feel uncomfortable or uneasy, they should just get out in the next floor. Never encourage them not to avoid lifts. You see, something that encloses them with just one individual, because you don't know who that person is. Encourage your child to always use a lift that has more than one person. And if they feel uncomfortable, they should simply get out. Thank you. And this is Teacher Kate. I share with you the simple knowledge that I have. And if you enjoy, or if you get this information helpful, please share it with someone that you think might need it. Thank you, and be blessed.